tipatsane moni kulandirani ku program ya Sports Access pano pa Zodiak Television, and of course panthaweni muli ndine Bright Kanyama.
The best shows for the people, because we are the best.
Welcome to the news on Zodiac with me, Sibongile Ziambo. The headlines. President Chakwera approves into law 11 bills which were passed in the last sitting of Parliament. Makoha employees give government and their management 2 weeks to sort out funding wars. Court releases on bail 3 Tonse Alliance officials arrested by ACB. In news from elsewhere, 24 members of the same family die after mistaking fertilizer for salt in northwestern Nigeria. Now the news in detail. President Lazarus Chakwera has assented to 11 bills into law which were passed in the last sitting of Parliament last month. State House Director of Communications Shoni Kampondeni says President Chakwera has nonetheless pended his assent to the controversial Labour Relations Bill. While commending President Chakwera for his swiftness, Programs Officer for Centre for Social Concern Bernard Impepo feels government should be considering reducing the tax within 200,000 Malawi kwacha bracket for salaries for employees given the rise in the cost of living. Alex Banda reports from Blanda.
Chairperson for Makoha employees social welfare
200,000 Malawi kwacha bracket for salaried employees. Salaried. Employees at Malawi Council for the Handicapped Makoha has given government and their management 2 weeks to sort out funding challenges that have led to delays in payment of the salaries for the last 4 months. Chairperson of Makoha Social Welfare Committee, Tadia Surait Metera, says they have been receiving their salaries on 15th each month, a development which is affecting their livelihoods. Publications Officer for Makoha, Harriet Kachimanga, nonetheless blamed the funding wars on Treasury Department. Karen Chinembidi has filed this report.
Chairperson for Makoha Employees Social Welfare Committee, Tadia Surait Metera, has disclosed that for the past 4 months, including July, they have been receiving their salaries between either the 10th or the 15th of each month. Metera said given the challenges caused by these delays, they have written the management and government to sort out the mess within 14 days.
That's how it is. It has been there for about 4 months. We've been receiving on 10th, 15th, something like that. So we are, staying in the rented houses. We are supposed to pay rentals and the like. If this persists, we have given them 2 weeks that they should respond to our issues. If they don't respond within that 2 weeks, the time we have given them, then we'll also convene a meeting. Then from there, we'll find a way.
However, a blame game has now ensued between Makoha's management and the Ministry of Finance's Treasury Department, which is responsible for dispersing a subvention to the organization. Makoha Public Relations Officer Harriet Kachimanga says the management is equally concerned with the funding delays which are affecting the employees' welfare and their operations.
For any delay in funding subsequently affects payment. And it stands now, management is equally concerned and has been tirelessly engaging the Ministry of Finance to ensure that funding is done with dispersed to avoid any further delays.
However, the Ministry of Finance's spokesperson, Williams Banda, says any delays are resultant from the organization as Treasury already released the funding.
They use their own account, but what the government does is just provide some transfer in terms of funds to them, which was done long time ago.
Vice President Dr. Salos Chirima says he expects SADC member states to adopt recommendations he will make through a SADC public lecture scheduled for this Thursday in Nirongwe. Focus of the lecture is on the promotion of digitization in reviving industrialization agenda within the SADC region. Education authorities in Blantyre say that enhancement of climate change and environmental sustainability interventions can assist learning institutions to mitigate negative impacts of climate change in the country. District Education Manager for Blantyre Urban, Anita Kaliu, says learners need to be imparted with skills on how to sustain the environment for interventions to be meaningful. Andu Mania filed this report.
District Education Manager for Blantyre Urban, Anita Kaliu, says learners have to be encouraged to plant trees and use of alternative fuel in order to reduce effects of climate change. She then called on teachers and parents to motivate children to develop a culture of conserving natural resources, including promotion of natural regeneration.
We are targeting primary school learners because, one, they are the beneficiaries, but most important of all, they are the ones that can help much in implementation of the project and sustainability of the project. Because once they grasp something, we take it, they will learn and grow to protect the trees in the management of the environment. What we want to achieve is a culture that is aware of the importance of adhering to protect the environment.
A Standard 7 learner at Chiromoni LEA, Grace Mohango, says more needs to be done to sustain trees that they plant each year in order to preserve the environment. Meanwhile, education authorities in Blantyre have launched trainings on climate change and environmental sustainability, targeting primary school learners in Blantyre.
Meanwhile, Chileka police in Blantyre say inadequate vehicles to ease mobility continues to cripple their efforts in combating crimes on forestry products. Station officer Superintendent James Mbale says they are failing to conduct regular patrols to stop the malpractice and restore the vegetative cover in the area. More in this report.
Chileka Police Station Officer Superintendent James Mbale has considered that forestry crimes remain one of the major challenges in the area. He told a station executive committee meeting on Wednesday at Chileka and Blantyre that this is due to lack of vehicles.
We have also had crimes regarding illegal forest produce such as charcoal. These are also a thorn on our flesh, and we need to up our game so that we contain them. And then we have also had an increase in terms of traffic accidents. So it's a concern that we also need to come up with other interventions so that we reverse the trend.
Community Policing Coordinator Aaron Makunda says they need more support to assist in fighting the crimes in this area.
Apolisi atu akuyesetsa kulimbana nawo koma zikhabe zovuta chifukwa nawo amakhala ndi njira zawo zimene akudutsa pozembetsa makala kuti asagwidwe komanso kuononga mitengo kupitirirabe oti khalongo zambiri zatha dera lino pokhala kuti ndi wathu kugwira ntchito limodzi ndi apolisi madera ambiri tikuyesetsa kufikira koma pokhala kuti ife ngati a community zipangizo zimene zikutivuta ndi monga ma reflector kuti mukamfikire munthu usanavale reflector amakhala umalimbana naye kufuza iwe ndi ndani wachokera kuti koma titakhala kuti ndi ma reflector okwanira anyamata athu ayenda atavala bwino reflector zimenyazo zitithandiza kuti ankhale akumfikira munthu zikhazo savuta kumugwira.
The meeting also tackled school dropout rate and road traffic offences, which are on the increase.
You're watching news on Zodiak. We'll be right back. Stand by.
I got a call from my driver telling me that my motor vehicle was involved in an accident in Balaka. I was shocked and very worried, considering that the car was only 4 months old.
Get your vehicle covered against road accidents, fire, theft, and third-party liabilities at CIC General Insurance Limited.
I submitted all my claim documents to my insurer, CIC, and within 14 days, I got my settlement through a bank transfer. I was very delighted and inspired. Later, I managed to purchase a replacement vehicle. Throughout the process, CIC staff were very diligent, friendly, accommodating, and professional all the time.
Our professional and friendly staff will ensure that you get the best customer experience that is second to none. For more information, visit our offices in Lilongwe at Area 3 Judge Building, opposite the District Commissioner's office. And in Blantyre, visit our offices at Livingstone House behind Plantation House.
I recommend CIC all day, every day for all your insurance needs.
CIC. We keep our word.
Good news to those staying in Zomba. The most affordable reliable network Access is now available in town. Get your Access business number today and enjoy the affordable rates. For more information, call 0212 200 200.
Access your world.
Are you looking for accommodation in Blantyre? Cedar Place offers you luxury service department accommodation, complete with all your modern amenities, with additional travel and culinary service for your convenience. Whether you choose to stay at night or months, Cedar Place has all the comforts of a home, whilst indulging you in the luxury service you can expect from a world-class boutique hotel. Set against the backdrop of Michiru Mountain and only 2 minutes away from Blantyre CBD, Cedar Place is truly a welcome center of serenity. Book your stay today by calling the numbers on the screen. Cedar Place. Definitive style, complete comfort.
I choose to be smart. I choose to live a simple and easy life. I choose not to line up to pay my bills. This is why I go digital. Jump the queue. Pay your Lilongwe Water Board bills through mobile banking. Or you can pay through mobile money, as I always do. You can also check your water bill and balance by simply dialing *253#. With digital payments, you can save time and money. Be smart. Pay your bills on time.
Lilongwe Water Board. Lilongwe Water Board. Portable water all the time for all.
Welcome back. A look at the headlines as we continue the news. President Chakwera approves into law 11 bills which were passed in the last sitting of Parliament. Makoha employees give government and their management 2 weeks to sort out funding wars. Court releases on bail 3 Tonsa Lands officials arrested by ACB. Elsewhere, 24 members of the same family die after mistaking fertilizer for salt in northwestern Nigeria. Those are the headlines. The Lilongwe Magistrate Court has released on bail 3 top officials in the Tonsa Lands government after spending 2 nights in police custody. The trio, Minister of Energy Newton Kambala, President Lazarus Chakwera's aide Christian Mabanda, and AFOD President Enoch Chihana were earlier charged with conspiracy to make a public officer abuse public office. They were arrested on Monday by attempting to influence National Oil Company of Malawi, NOCMA. Deputy Chief Executive Officer Helen Buluma prioritized 3 companies in the fuel importation deals late last year. Meanwhile, State House Director of Communications Sean Kampondeni says President Lazarus Chakwera will not be moved to act on Minister Newton Kambala and his strategy on Manifesto Implementation Advisor Christian Mabanda. Kampondeni told us that the President received a communication from the Anti-Corruption Bureau and is reviewing it. This follows a call by the National Anti-Corruption Alliance NACA President asking President Chakwera rather to immediately fire the 2 who were arrested on corruption allegations. John Pokayuni has more.
As the Anti-Corruption Bureau ACB continues to build their case against Energy Minister Newton Kambala, Presidential Aide on Strategy and Manifesto Implementation Christian Mabanda, and Alliance for Democracy AFOD President Enoch Chihana, a consortium of civil society organizations against corruption, National Anti-Corruption Alliance, has called on President Lazarus Chakwera to relieve the accused Minister Kambala and his assistant Chai Mabanda of their duties. National Anti-Corruption Alliance chairperson Moses Mkandawire told us firing the 2 will facilitate for smooth investigations and case prosecution.
You cannot have somebody in prison who is serving as a cabinet minister. I don't think so. It's better that he gets relieved of his duties as of now. And once investigations are done, it's concluded that he was not involved in, and the president has got the prerogative and right to bring him back into cabinet.
However, State House says the president cannot be moved to take the action by shouts of certain people. Director of Communications at State House, Sean Kampondeni, said President Chakwera is reviewing a communication from the ACB on the arrests and will make a decision thereafter. Meanwhile, governance analyst Joseph Chunga says it is only ethical and moral for the president to relieve the two of their duties to pave way for thorough investigations.
I think it's reasonable to expect the president to relieve them of their duties. Whether, they are wrong or not, that's for the courts to decide.
In a rare occurrence, the country's graft-busting body on Monday pounced on Minister of Energy Kambala on allegations he attempted to influence awarding of fuel supply contracts at National Oil Company of Malawi, NOCMA. The ACB also arrested President Chakwera's aide, Chaima Banda, and a Ford President, Chihana, in connection to the same issue. For Zodiac, this is John Paul Kayuni.
Women in Chisi have launched a manifesto booklet that will force the district council to intervene and react to issues affecting them. This is in response to increased cases of gender-based violence in the district. Chisi District Commissioner Lucizi Khani says the council is expected to coordinate with organizations advancing women's rights issues in the district for effective implementation of tenets in the advocacy too. We now go to sports news. The organizers of the 2022 African Union Region 5 Games say they are convinced that Malawi has the capacity to host the Games amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. Chairperson of the committee, Stanley Motoa, made the remarks when visiting some of the venues in marked to host the Games, including Kamuzu Institute for Sports in Nirongwe. However, the committee has reduced the preparation period for the Games to 18 months. And still in sports, the Confederation of African Football CAF has rejected Football Association of Malawi's proposal to reconsider its ban on Bingu National Stadium for official matches. In a statement, the FA, through its Chief Executive Officer, Alfred Gunda, confirmed the development. The development means that the Flames will play against Mozambique in 2022 Qatar World Cup qualifiers away from home, preferably South Africa, where the FA has opted for. Bright Kanyama has more.
On Friday, Football Association of Malawi appealed against the decision by Confederation of African Football CAF to ban Bingu National Stadium as the home venue for the Flames due to its poor condition. On Monday, FAM's Chief Executive Officer Alfred Gunda told us that the appeal mainly was asking for at least 14 days to work on the playing field, which CAF officials said was not in playable state by the time of inspection. Today, CAF has rejected the appeal, which means the area decision to ban BNS stand. The development also means the Flames will play its home fixture in the 2022 Qatar FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Mozambique outside the country. Earlier this week, FAM had contacted a number of countries to host the Flames, but they have now settled for South Africa's Orlando Stadium. FAM's Chief Executive Officer Alfred Gunda confirmed the development in a statement, saying the appeal was not accepted mainly because the period is too short for CAF to delay confirmation of the match, as it is only in 30 days from now. However, with the renovation works still ongoing at BNS, it is very likely that the Flames will only play one fixture outside the country, thus against Mozambique, with the other home fixtures expected to be hosted at Bingu National Stadium, as CAF is also expected to conduct a fresh stadium inspection after the September FIFA break. The Flames are expected to travel to Cameroon for their opening fixture in the World Cup qualifiers against the Teranga Lions, before playing against Mozambique days later in South Africa at Orlando Stadium. For Zodiac, this is Bright Kanyama.
In news from across the borders, 24 members of the same family have died after consuming a suspected poisoned meal in northwestern Nigeria. The incident happened in Danzake village, a remote community in the northwest Sokoto state. The state's health commissioner, Ali Inami, told journalists that the family mistakenly used fertilizer chemical that looked like salt in preparing a meal on Monday. He said medical personnel tried to save the victims' lives without success. But 2 members of the family who only tested the food are now receiving treatment in a hospital. Similar incidents involving families have happened in the past in Nigeria, but the number of those who died in the latest case is unusually high. And that's how we conclude this edition of news. And before we go, a look at the headlines. President Chakwera approves into law 11 bills which were passed in the last sitting of Parliament. Makoha employees give government and their management 2 weeks to sort out funding rules. Court releases on bail 3 Tonse Alliance officials arrested by ACB. And in news from elsewhere, 24 members of the same family die after mistaking fertilizer for salt in northwestern Nigeria. Visit our website for more news. This is Sibongiri Ziambo. Bye for now.
At Access, we believe that data is life because we know